Hello, welcome. It's Tuesday, so you know what that means. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Shot of Sports podcast. Grab a drink, a snack. This is your weekly dose of sports, where we'll break down and do a deep dive of the world of sports. Whether you're a casual fan or a diehard, we're here to bring you the latest, the best analysis, and the hottest takes. Go ahead and subscribe, share, and even comment. We appreciate all the feedback. Hit the like button for us, and tap the notification bell on the right so you can be notified whenever we drop, so you don't miss one. So, we on the show. We got our boys, our normal uh, cast today. Chris Pinner and Nazir Spencer. So, how was y'all weekend?
It's pretty good, man. We had a good weekend of sports, college, uh, you know, big leagues and the NFL, of course. And we had a lot of good games on Sunday and yesterday that we are going to get into today, obviously, because that's the fun part of this show where we just rant about our recent game. So it was a good weekend.
My weekend, I got sick on Saturday, so I'm still kind of fighting that off. But other than that, football was good. A lot of good talking points with sports this weekend, whether that be from college, the pros, whatever. So yeah, just excited to get into it. How was your weekend, Jalen?
Pretty good. I didn't really do much. We had, I thought we had games. Sort of, we got beat by the Thunder by like 30. So, it's all right.
I mean,
So we
who
gonna
isn't
start
these
off.
days?
Here's some breaking news. We got Schwarber and Diaz. They signed contracts. So Kyle Schwarber this morning signed with the Philadelphia Phillies for 5 years, $150 million, and we have Edwin Diaz signing with the Dodgers for 3 years, $69 million. So what do we do about these contracts? I know Schwarber was either he was going to be a Philly or he was going to go elsewhere. I did see the Pirates had offered Schwarber like 10 years, over $100 million for him to come to Pittsburgh. And we got Edwin Diaz, who didn't really have much of a market. I mean, he had a market, but no one really leaked anything saying he was like being in contact with folks or who was going to be, who was offering him. But we got Edwin Diaz going to the Dodgers. So what does this mean for all of baseball?
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I had Diaz as my lock to the Mets last week, so this already looks bad on me. I really didn't think he was going to leave New York. I didn't think they'd let him leave. But for that amount of money, I don't know if I like this deal because paying a reliever almost $25 million a year is a huge gamble because relievers are so inconsistent. You can see them. I mean, you saw Devin Williams in 2024 versus 2025. With the Brewers, he was one of the best closers in the sports. ERA under 2, goes to the Yankees, and his ERA is over 4. Like relievers are such a crapshoot with how they can fall off. So I don't know if I like that deal. Obviously, it solidifies the Dodgers bullpen. It gives them the closer they needed. But if he doesn't end up working out, it could end up very bad for them. And then as for Schwarber, I could have really seen the Phillies going two ways here. Either they try to run it back again because they had one of the best regular seasons in all of baseball and just ran into the Dodgers. And they could approach it to where, hey, we played them tougher than the Brewers did, and the Brewers had a better record than we did. And we played them about as tough as the Blue Jays did. We just, a couple bounces didn't go our way at the end of the day. So it looks like that's probably going to be the approach they're taking. They're just running it back. I don't know if I necessarily agree with it because their core is starting to age out and Schwarber's really only a DH at this point. But I think that's one that we're definitely going to have to wait and see on.
I called this happening for Schwarber. I knew that was gonna occur last week when we did our baseball event that Sam hosted. I said that was going to be their biggest target, and I think that was going to be the only place that he really wanted to go. And the reason I said that is because he can do more stuff with the Phillies. I mean, the Phillies are stacked everywhere else besides their outfield, and I think he can be a great addition to their outfield. I forget who he was be paired up next to, but he can also be on the base too. So it'll be really good for Schwarber. The Phillies did a really good job in luring him in. I'm excited to see what happens. I don't think they're going to do anything per se. Like maybe make it a deep run like they did this year, or as deep as you can get like that way, unless you play the Dodgers again. But I don't know. I'm excited. Philly fans should be excited if you're a Philly fan watching. At some point, you should be very, very happy with this signing. And about the Dodgers, I don't really know too much about Irwin, but I've been seeing a lot that it's not that good for some reason. But I'll let you guys talk about that a little bit if you need to.
Jalen, go ahead.
Diaz.
Yeah, I said Schwarber would be a lock. I think. I'm not sure. I have to go back and look at it, but I didn't see Edwin Diaz coming this early and this soon, and I thought he was going to be a Met. I thought they was going to re-sign him, but Dodgers out of all teams is not a bad deal for him. It's a good place for him to be because they have no closer. But yeah, I mean, it goes to show you that the team that's willing to spend money. I mean, teams that are willing to spend money normally get the best players, and we're seeing that. We saw it with the Phillies. We're seeing it with the Dodgers, the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Blue Jays, and those are all playoff teams. The teams that don't spend the money end up teams that are on the outside looking in, like the Marlins or the Cubs or the Reds, even though they made it, but the Mets should have made that. So it goes to show you that it's a head scratcher a little bit because now they reload another all-star and the best closer on the market. Like, it's gonna be tough to overcome that. Even if the Toronto Blue Jays got Dylan Cease, it's gonna still be tough to overcome that.
I mean, and that's assuming Toronto re-signs Bo Bichette too.
Yep.
We don't know if that's going to happen yet either. Sam said last week on our show that things are going to start picking up once the winter meetings happen, and the winter meetings are going on right now, and we're seeing things pick up. We've had 2 big signings in the last half hour. I have a feeling that Kyle Tucker domino is going to fall sooner than later too, where we're going to find out where he'll be playing his next couple of years. But I mean, I just don't know if I trust this Phillies team like 100% because we've seen them collapse in the playoffs before. And going back to Schwarber, I think he's definitely more of a DH at this point. They need to address the right field position really badly. Nick Castellanos just is not getting it done out there. Schwarber's not a good fielder either. That's his weak point. Really good hitter, terrible fielder. So they still need to add at least one more piece, I think, and their payroll is one of the biggest in baseball right now. So I'm not really sure where they look for that. Obviously, like if you just had infinite money, I think Kyle Tucker would fit in pretty much perfectly there, but I don't see that happening. I don't think anyone sees that happening, but I think we're going to have to play the waiting game with them too to just really see how they fill out that roster before I decide whether they're still World Series contenders in my eyes, because Bryce Harper was down last year. Castellanos was down. Alec Boehm's just kind of been iffy. Brandon Marsh has been okay, I guess, and I don't see what's his name, Ranger Suarez coming back either. So they have a few pieces that they need to fill in.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how this is gonna play out when the Brewers have to play these guys because all the teams are getting better. The teams with money are moving. I think we have money, but not enough. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens in this next upcoming year. I don't think we're gonna have the same year as we did last year, but yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Do you know, Chris? Do you know if we're able to make any moves? Like, I don't really
The Brewers, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be tough for them because I don't think they anticipated Woodruff taking up $32 million cap after they bought him out for $10 million and he opted into his player option. I was more than okay with letting him leave at that point, but apparently he just wanted his money, and I don't blame him for that. He's making $22 million to be here. I think really the only moves I could see us making are probably trades and like just lower tier bullpen guys that we could, turn into something. maybe like a cheaper third baseman, shortstop option. I think Sam's Bo Bichette is exactly what he said it was, a dream. I don't think there's any chance of that happening. I could see them trading Freddie Peralta at this point and trading one of the outfielders just because in the outfield, there's just not enough. There's not enough spaces in the outfield for them all to play. And I think at some point, obviously Churio has to be out there. That's a non-negotiable. But out of the rest of those guys, like some of them are expendable. Yelich is obviously he's going to be DH, but Isaac Collins, Garrett Mitchell, Blake Perkins, I have a feeling one of the three of them is gone come March, but I'm just not really sure which one. Mitchell obviously is the most upside out of all of them, so he'd probably get the best return in terms of prospects, but I mean, I don't see any big moves being made this year. Like the Brewers aren't a spending team. They're a develop team or like develop within make smart trades team.
Yeah. It's going to be something to see. You got a lot of the winter meetings. They're going to be going to the 10th, I think, or the 11th, one of the two. So, yeah, I mean, it'll be something to see.
Jalen, before we move on, do you see the Cubs making any big moves?
Probably not the winter meetings. They normally kind of stall out the meeting, see where everybody's head's at with all the free agents, and then they go back and probably go back to the office and put up a spreadsheet and probably write stuff down about which players, what they want, and what this player can do, and what this player's weaknesses are, injury or whatnot. So normally the Cubs really don't make a big splash at winter meetings. I mean, they did it with Jameson Taillon in 2022. I think they did Cody. They did Cody Bellinger after the winter meeting. So yeah, I don't think the Cubs really do too much during the winter meetings. But I mean, I think it's just a time for them to just meet with agents and players and things like that, and then they go back into the front office and crunch all the numbers, and then they make a decision. So probably not. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you went there because Trevor Story's old. So
I mean, I could see that too. I think Alex Bregman does go back to Boston this offseason. So having him and Bichette in the infield, like the Red Sox would be up there with the best of them in the AL next year. Like they could make a World Series push if they get Bo Bichette.
Yeah. So we're going to jump into our topic, and it's cooked baked list.
I know we were starting with this today, but hey, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're back and better. We are here to talk about, a lot of baked and a lot of cooked. Look, this is sorry, my phone updated, so things are a little bit different, but not really. Here we go. Baked list starting off. JSN.
Thank you for the first round bye.
Oh yeah, shout out Jalen. He got the first round bye. You're welcome. I beat AJ and Chris.
Yeah, I was hoping and praying. I was like, nah.
You beat me. I don't even remember that.
I was like, do it one time for me.
I mean David, AJ and David, not Chris. I should have beat you, Jalen, but I'll let you win so you can get that bye. But my team's not as bad as it should be, but we didn't make playoffs. But we still do our lineups.
2 of my leagues. I got to buy in 2 leagues that I'm in.
This is why you do your lineups, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching and you don't do your fantasy lineup, you're the problem. You do your lineups and hey, you upset and you change the entire outcome of the playoffs. Now, guess what? AJ and David, they might be kicked out right away. Who knows? Okay, that starts this week, but we'll get to that in a little while. JSN, the best wide receiver in the league. I don't think it's particularly close right now because we're going to get into some cooked people later on that should be baked, but they're not. Jordan Love had a great game. I put him this high because of a rivalry game, and he showed up. I mean, he had one bad throw. Outside of that, he was playing really good. He played very precise. Deep balls were on point this week, which is not very, normal these past few weeks, especially in the month of November. But he's played well, and I'm happy for him. Now you got a big job to do this week. You got to go to Denver, but that's we'll leave that for Thursday. Chris, anything on Jordan Love?
I thought he played really well after obviously that terrible interception in the first quarter, but I mean, it was 3rd and 15. I don't really think anything was going to happen there anyway. The Bears played good coverage. It was a bad throw, but it was basically the equivalent to an arm punt.
Yeah.
Nothing came of it, so it's like whatever. And then he had some strikes later on. Bo Melton had a nice touchdown. Watson had the really nice touchdown, and then the other touchdown as well. Josh Jacobs, I think, should be on this list. Oh yeah, he's down there.
He's
So
over there,
we'll get to him.
Justin Herbert is up here because first of all, he was the leading rusher on the team. The O-line played as bad as he can get, and he still was able to somewhat dice up the great Eagles defense that we all know and love. But you know, we won that game, and it was because of him. I'm sorry, I know the stats don't tell you it, but those stats are just blind you. I mean, the play of his game was ridiculous. He was able to do a lot of things. There's a lot of turnovers, and a lot on him, but you know, he's the only one that can be able to carry this team on the back. I don't think a lot of quarterbacks can do that with this type of team. Texans defense, they look terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. I know Patrick Mahomes is out there by himself practically, but that's not a good sign for the rest of the people that have to play the Texans the rest of the year. Cam Hart, if you don't know who that is, get better ball knowledge. He was playing some amazing defense on Devontae Smith and AJ Green last night. Just playing his little heart out.
Green.
Or AJ Brown, my bad, not AJ. You know what I meant. But anyways,
I was like, the last time I remember his name is when his controller disconnected against the Packers.
Yeah, AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. He's playing his heart out against them. He's one of the reasons we won. He had 2 picks against Jalen Hurts. We'll get to also in a minute. And Marion Hampton, welcome back. Had the only touchdown in the game for us outside of. I think we had one more. I don't remember, but anyways, he was playing great, and I think he should get more touches. I think him and Genty should get more touches, but you know, whatever. Chargers defense played really well against Jalen Hurts, and the outside of that, the amazing offense. Jalen Wright and A-Chain. Those guys, the Dolphins kind of look decent right now. They look better than the Chiefs. I'm not gonna lie. Their run game is a lot on these guys. Tua, he helped, but nah, I don't know. Waddle had a good game. Dak had a really good game on Thursday night, but I mean, he threw 2 picks. I know that, but outside of that, he threw for almost 400 yards and led them down the field as much as possible. But that Cowboys defense is really, really bad. CD and Flournoy, they played well. We'll get to the other guy in a minute because he was pathetic and he kind of pisses me off. I don't know if he's on the list, but I'm going to put him on there right now. Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf, they played amazing against the Ravens. DK actually woke up a little bit. Proud of him. Aaron Rodgers.
Well, they finally attacked down the field with him. Like,
right.
They just – I don't know why they were not doing that. Like, that's what he's best at. They were using him in the wrong way. Like,
right.
The way to utilize both him and Rodgers is to throw it deep.
Well, they were trying to use him on slants all year, and I never understood that. Kenneth Gainwell, I love Kenneth Gainwell. I'm a big fan of Kenneth Gainwell. You know why? Because he's a hybrid back. You don't get a lot of. Can we get to that? We'll get there in a second. Kenneth Gainwell, I'm a big fan of Kenneth Gainwell, man. I think he's really good. I've been saying that all year. He can do everything. He can catch. He can run really hard up the middle, outside. He literally does everything for that offense. He can block. Very big fan of Kenneth Gainwell. Lamar Jackson played fine. Okay. Now everyone's going to sit here and be like, "Oh my God, look at what he did! Look at his stats." Well, I'm sorry, but he's playing. He doesn't have anyone to throw to. I'm sorry.
I would put Lamar in between cooked and baked. Like, I don't think he really deserves to be on cooked. I just don't think he deserves to be on baked either.
I'll accept that. Listen, this is my explanation. You got Zay Flowers as your number 1 wide receiver. I think everyone knows that Zay Flowers is not you should know that he's not a number 1 wide receiver. Not yet. He hasn't been his entire career. He's fast. He's a good slot receiver, but that does nothing for Lamar Jackson. Rashad Bateman's not good. DeAndre Hopkins is old. He doesn't get open at all. Besides one play in the end zone where Mark Andrews kind of messed it up for the game-winning touchdown. But Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely are the only ones. And Isaiah Likely ruined the game for them. He dropped the ball in the end zone. I thought it was a catch. But you know, I'm giving Lamar a little bit of leeway here. I'm still hard on him. I think he should be playing a lot better than what he is. but I'm not gonna put him on the cooked list. I don't think he played that bad. Derrick Henry and Keaton Mitchell. Keaton Mitchell, great rookie, by the way. Derrick Henry is teaching that kid very well. He's very fast. I'm excited to see him in the future. Tyler Shuck, even though the stats didn't show it, he's playing out of his mind. And he posted.
I mean, they beat Tampa on the road. Tampa's not been good lately, but that's still a huge.
That's still
win.
a good win.
That's one of those where you look back, like in a couple years, and you're like, that could be the turning point where it's like the Saints start to turn it back in the positive direction. Like that win is going to be huge for not only morale, but
Panthers,
just
baby.
like it gives them a reason to fight down the stretch too.
The Panthers are happy as hell right now because the Falcons are dog shit and the Saints are still not that good. And the Buccaneers are playing really bad. So, hey, Panthers, Jordan, I know you're watching this, boy. Look out. Bryce Young's on the way. Shedeur Sanders. They say buzz down my AP. Perfect time. Man. What happened that game? 300-something yards, damn near 400 yards, a rushing touchdown, 3 passing touchdowns, interception. It was a bad throw. But what? Against a good Titans defense. I'm sorry. It's a pretty good defense, okay? Now, the Browns offense isn't that good. So you got to look. I'm trying to tell you, he was throwing to Fannin Jr., who's also on here somewhere. Yeah, he is. Jerry Jeudy, welcome back. Fannin Jr., welcome back. They're actually helping him this game. That dime to Jerry Jeudy down the field. Oh, my goodness. I've been trying to tell you guys. And we'll get to his coach in a minute. Oh, my God. I got some words for that coach. I'm trying to tell you, that coach, Chris, I'm trying to tell you. Sabotage. We'll get to it though. Don't even worry about it. Okay. Josh Jacobs, like you were saying, Chris, before. Josh Jacobs had a great game. I knew he was going to show out this game because he's been talking shit all week. He was talking crap all week about the Bears. Okay. In the media, saying that things were personal. He didn't like the Micah Parsons. Didn't like the Micah Parsons was a non-factor, by the way. I didn't put him on the cook list, but he didn't do much. Josh Jacobs.
Well, did you see some of the holds that were the Bears were doing?
I know, but even then though, he wasn't letting Caleb get outside. I get it, but he didn't really do much other than that. I mean, he's getting double teamed. I mean, he couldn't do much.
I mean, the thing is, right? Like when Micah's not doing anything because he's drawing double teams, that's where Rashawn Gary needs to step up and start doing things. Like if the Bears, because Darnell Wright's a good offensive tackle, and Micah was going against him most of the time. Rashawn Gary needs to step up and do something on the other side. That's I think the bigger issue is. You have this elite pass rusher on this other side, and Rashawn Gary is supposed to be a good pass rusher in this league too. Not top 10 or anything, but definitely like top 30.
He's supposed to be above average, yes, for sure.
Yeah, he's supposed to be good, and he's supposed to get to the quarterback, and he's just not doing that. If you notice, Caleb was leaking to the right almost every single time. Whenever
that's what he does.
Whenever he'd scramble out, it was always to Gary's side. He had no contain, and he wasn't getting pressure.
Well, he can't contain to the right side. That's why he couldn't go right because Michael was just waiting on him, hungry. JT, free JT, man. I mean, that team just fell apart. I don't know what's going on over there. Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne, they looked really good against the Colts. They might win a division, but I don't know. The Texans look scary, dude. So we're gonna have to see. The Jags beat the Texans already in Houston. I know they didn't have CJ Stroud, but no,
I mean, they're 2 games up right now.
Davis Mills won that game, so the Texans have a win over the Jags. I think they have another game later on this season in Jacksonville with the Texans. Maybe I checked their schedule, but I know Davis Mills kept them kind of afloat when CJ Stroud was out with a concussion. So that's going to get interesting in the AFC South. 9. Oh, Tony Pollard. Sorry, he had a really good game against the Browns. I don't know. That's shocking to me. I don't know how they did that, but yeah. Shout out Chimere DK also. He had a really good game. He's been really good for the Titans this year. He's got a bright future ahead of him if he can continue to do what he's doing. Cam Ward can only find Chimere these days, so that's a good sign. 9, he had a good game. Sorry, he did. He had a pretty good game. Sam Darnold and Rashid Shaheed. Rashid Shaheed's a really good pickup, dude, especially for special teams as well. He's just fast. He can do everything in the slot. Very good. Free Bijan. He had a really good game, but can't do anything when you're on the worst team in the NFC, or one of them. Burrow in the first half was outstanding. Looked amazing. The Bills made the Bills look stupid. And then something else happened, but we'll get to that in a minute as well. As you can see, the rest of the cooked or baked list. Josh Allen had a really good game, 3 touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown as well. T. Higgins and Mike Gesicki had really good games. Dawson Knox had a really good game. RJ Harvey, yeah, okay game. He was pretty good against the Raiders. Bears defense in the second half. I guess I didn't put the Eagles defense on here. I thought I did. Eagles defense. Shout out you guys. You guys played out of your minds last night. Gave me like 18 heart attacks, but it is what it is. Yeah, he's really good, dude. He's really, really good. Bears defense in the second half, they kind of turned up a little bit, Jalen. The low-key did. They held the Packers to 1 touchdown, I believe, in the second half. They caught up.
2, I think. I think it was
touchdowns?
2.
Okay, yeah.
It was
that might have been
14
the
third
best game
half.
Caleb played.
I don't know if that's the best game he played all year.
Well,
but
against competent competition.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that. I can agree with that. He actually looked pretty decent. Besides
The best game he's played against actual competition.
Besides that last play, it was pretty rough.
Yeah, that was. I just don't understand why he didn't run and pick that up himself, or just dump it
Jay,
off the.
He could not run it. If you go back and watch it, he would have gotten destroyed at the line. It would have been horrible.
If you look at it, the minute he went left and seen that he could take, the minute he
Gary was right
There
there.
was some. It would have had to be immediate, but it was there. Well, he only had to get 1 yard. I think
yeah,
he
he
could
only
have got
1 yard. It ain't like he's going like
Unless
The
you
Bears
talking about
had-
just run straight. If he ran straight, yeah, maybe.
No, he rolled out left, and there was time for him.
There
to
was
be
time
able
for
to
him to
scramble forward
sprint
for a yard.
to go get that yard.
I'm
There
not
was
saying
time.
he could have ran for a touchdown or anything
No,
because I don't think
no.
that's true. But he could have gotten 2 yards on.
Well, he had
one
20
drive.
seconds left. I think he had maybe one timeout. Maybe I don't even know
Yeah,
if
they
he
had a timeout left,
They
but
had a timeout.
yeah, I think we had 2 timeouts, one of the 2.
It's 4th down though. He wanted to go for it all. I can't blame him.
Yeah, but like you don't like. It should be a better read if you're going for that. He wasn't wide open. And you running on the left.
If you lob it up, he spiraled it. He shot that bullet right.
But that's hard when you roll it left and throw it across your body. Like that's a bad throw.
Well, he's made that his whole career, so he probably thought, hey, I can do
He
this.
can
again.
make it all he wants. That's still a terrible throw. But I still would have thought. I mean, he also had DJ Moore too. But I personally thought he should have picked it up himself. The minute he went outside, he could have easily ran that, got that yard.
You think Ben Johnson would have gone for 2?
It's his MO, but I wouldn't have done that because it's a rivalry game.
I think he would have.
I
I'm
think he
not
would've.
sure if it's the right decision, but I think he would have.
Where was I? Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, and Bo Melton. Really good for you guys. I love Bo Melton. Big fan of Bo Melton. The Rams organization, I don't even need to list off the players. They just destroyed the Cardinals. And Saquon Barkley, I love you, but we beat you yesterday. You had a great game. That's the baked list. And now, oh man, it's gonna be fun. Shout out Pickens should be on here too. I was rushing. Pickens, you are up high. Okay. The reason I say Pickens is because he was jogging when I mean jogging his routes in the clutch on Thursday in Detroit. Just not a good game for Pickens. Kevin Stefanski, I have some words for you, man. Listen, Shedeur Sanders,
so many things.
career game. By the way, good stat here. More 300-yard games than Drake May already in his career. Okay, that's
Drake May to you though.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, but listen, had a great game, scoring nonstop. That scramble, I've never seen Shedeur do something like that. He was about to go down because the whole line caved in, went out, saw the lane. He's like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go put a shoulder down and get that touchdown." Guess what he did? He got it. Got them back into the game. Okay, you want to go for 2? Okay, you should have went for 2 the first time, and then it would have just been a 7-point game. Okay, but now he goes for 2 in the clutch, and then takes Shedeur out, the guy that's only scoring touchdowns. Judkins is doing nothing that game. Okay, the other running backs doing nothing that game. You take Shedeur Sanders out, Chris. I'm sorry, it's sabotage. It is 100% sabotage on Shedeur Sanders right now, and I don't know why. I don't know why he doesn't.
See, it's so hard for me to go to that because, like, it's hard for me to believe that an NFL coach is actively sabotaging one of his players, but I mean, it almost looks like it at this point. Like it's getting ridiculous.
He's gonna stay at the top of the list until he figures that shit out because that's ridiculous. He took Shedeur Sanders out, the only person to score touchdowns that game. Okay, get the only person to get them back into the game, the only person that looks like they're trying out there besides Fannin Jr. and takes him out, doesn't even let him get a chance to score a 2-point conversion. At least try. If he doesn't get it, so what? You tried. You got touchdown. Defense play. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't get it. Patrick Mahomes, you're cooked. You are cooked. Oh my God, you're cooked.
Who would have thought we would have said that?
Man,
At some point when he got older, though.
he is cooked.
I mean,
he looks horrible.
Travis Kelce sold him that game. Rashee Rice
that-
sold him that game. Like, I think the Chiefs organization right now should just be on there, or like
Well,
just their roster. Maybe
You
not.
know what it is? They're doing the same exact stuff they've been doing for years, and no one is scared of it anymore. Last year proved everything. They were the worst 12-0 team or whatever they were last year you've ever seen. And I don't care what anyone says. They would just win games by like a needle, like a field goal, doinks almost every time. And they're just not good. I've been saying this for years. They've not been good in the playoffs. I don't know how he's absolutely he threw
Whoa.
60 yards, 3 picks. He's cooked. Stop. We need to stop this. No, I'm not defending him anymore. I was defending him last few weeks when his team in Dallas, he played amazing. Didn't put him on the cooked list. But this week he was forcing everything. He was making mistakes left and right. The defense.
But it's because no one was getting open. He had to make plays. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not saying I disagree with that, but he had to play hero ball, and his
on
team
third
was-
down, yeah. But the first 2 downs, you got to do something better. I mean, he's just not making plays. I'm sorry, he wasn't making plays this weekend. He's making plays against Dallas defense, but that's a whole different defense. When you play a stout defense like this against the Texans, I mean, he's used to the Texans. He plays them all the time now in primetime games in Arrowhead. Doesn't even play in Houston. So I don't know. I think I think he's cooked. He's just not. He didn't look the same on Sunday. So I don't know. Maybe Andy Reid has something to do with that as well. But yeah, Caleb Williams. Yeah, that last play was pretty bad. That's the only reason you're on there. We were just talking about it, but otherwise you played pretty fine. But like we were saying, probably the best game against competition. Like pretty good competition. But that last play put you there, man. I don't know. I didn't like that throw at all. Geno Smith. Yeah. Genty. 10 carries, 30 yards. I know he has the worst O-line in the league, arguably, but you gotta make something happen. I don't know. I want it to be better. Jalen Hurts should be higher, but Jalen Hurts, you're done.
Jalen Hurts should be number 1.
Jalen Hurts is awful.
Man,
Just
like,
graceful
He's
for what I
awful.
just
I don't
seen
know
this
how.
week.
I don't know how you watch him and call him a top 10 quarterback at this point. Like, I just don't see it.
I mean, he's getting the ball to AJ Brown. That last drive, I'm not gonna lie, in OT,
He fired that over the middle to what was that, Devontae
Smith.
Smith. That was the best throw
That was
of
a
his
great
career,
throw.
I think.
That
Might have been the best throw of his career.
No, his best throw of his career to Devontae Smith in the Super Bowl. But that was a great throw. He always has the best throws to Devontae Smith. And he had a really good throw to A.J. Brown in the end zone, but A.J. Brown couldn't get to it because Dante Jackson was on his tail the entire time, which is really good defense, by the way. A.J. Brown, every time you get the ball to A.J. Brown, they lose. They should just go back to the way they were doing. I'm not going to lie. Because they were winning games, not throwing him the ball. But I'm not going to blame it on him. He played amazing. But
All
Devontae
I'm saying
Smith,
is they're
very good.
lucky no one else in their division is any good this year because
Oh.
they could be in trouble. They're 8-5 right now. Like, that's what
Dallas beat them.
distance in the NFC right now.
Dallas
Yeah, I
needed
mean,
that game.
If Dallas beats them week 1 where they had a chance to, this season's completely different.
Eagles have a pretty easy schedule going forward. They play the Raiders next week, by the way. So I mean, it's going to be tough for the Cowboys to get back into it, but I'm not counting them out just yet. Dak Prescott is still healthy. They look pretty good. But yeah, Jalen Hurts, you're cooked, man. He looked horrible. Two turnovers in one play. Man, well, whatever. Chargers O-line. I mean, there's not much to really say about them. To be honest with you, they're just really bad. I mean, we have the worst center of all time in Bozeman. Trey Pipkins went down, so we had to put in the Saints guy that we picked up, and he was equally as bad. But Mekhi Becton looked fine. He couldn't do anything else, though, because he's surrounded by morons. Cam Ward. I'm sorry, dude, but we have to have a conversation about this kid. I know that he's on the Titans, but we just saw the 5th round pick in the draft dice up a team with as little as he has on the Browns. Outplayed completely by Shedeur Sanders. I was never sold on Cam Ward. I'm be honest with you. I never was. I didn't think he
this
was number
draft
one.
class was never good. It was never going to be a good quarterback class in comparison to what the other ones were. There was no generational talent in this one. I mean, like Jackson Dart looks significantly better than Ward.
That's what I mean. I know Jackson Dart has a lot more to work with on the Giants.
Does he though? Really?
Yeah, he does. Yes, he does. Yeah. Who's Wan'Dale Robinson's on that team, right? Playing out of his mind this year. Scatterboo, obviously, Tyrone Tracy. He had who else did he have? Neighbors when he was healthy. I mean, he has a lot more to work with when they're healthy, especially. So
I mean, when they're healthy, though, like even right now, he still looks better than Ward does, even with nothing. Like it's just Robinson right now.
Oh yeah, right now. If you're talking right now, yeah. But Cam Ward, no, I'm sorry. What? Shedeur Sanders only has Jerry Jeudy. I know he has a better tight end, but I don't know. Cam Ward has nothing to. He's proved nothing to me. I mean, he looks as good as Will Levis did last year or 2 years ago, whatever he played. CJ Stroud, he didn't really play that good. No, I know he won the game, but he didn't really play that good. I mean, even the broadcasters were saying like he doesn't look the same. He doesn't. I'm not impressed with him. Daniel Jones, when he was healthy, before he tore his Achilles, he was playing horrible. I mean, couldn't move the ball for anything. Cardinals organizations besides Michael Wilson. Where's Kyler Murray? Can someone tell me where Kyler Murray is? Because I am sick of this guy. I'm sick of Kyler Murray. I'm sick of just him not playing the game of football, the game he chose to play over baseball, by the way. They're just horrible. He needs to move on. He needs to go to like the Steelers or something. I don't know. Go somewhere else. It's over for you. What happened to the Bears' run game?
It was really good in the second half, just not in the first.
The first half, though, they were not moving at all. Like Caleb Williams started off really bad, 0 for 6. Then the run game couldn't do anything. I wasn't impressed. Bo Nix didn't throw anything good against the Raiders, by the way. Sorry, Jalen, but he didn't. If you rewatch the game, you rewatch the highlights, he was throwing dirt balls for like 200 yards, but like no touchdowns. I mean, he just didn't do anything. I think the defense did all the work, but I was not impressed against the Raiders, especially. I mean, you should have a pretty good game. Justin Jefferson, even when 9 has a good game, two receptions for 11 yards. I don't know if he's just checked out. I think he might be, but he did not look like he wanted to play. But yeah, he's cooked. Joe Burrow in the clutch, 2 interceptions back to back. Chase Brown, still non-existent besides that one game against the Steelers, I think. Kirk Cousins. No, against the Ravens. Sorry. Kirk Cousins. 2 interceptions. Welcome back. Getting paid all that money to just lose games. Cool. Jaden Daniels.
That's more on the Falcons than it is on him. They were dumb enough to pay him that contract.
Oh, I agree. Jaden Daniels, when he was playing, did not look good. They got shut out, and he just didn't look healthy still, and he didn't look like he knew what he was doing for some reason. Colts organization is cooked. No Daniel Jones. That means you're falling out of the playoffs currently. I don't even think they're in the playoffs right now, but I could be wrong. But they do not look good. They look back to normal. Baker is finally cooked. He does not look good. He has not looked good for weeks. He sold me in fantasy this week. Whoever the left guard is on the Ravens, I don't know who he is, number 77, but he is terrible. He is horrible. That left side was getting destroyed the entire game. Lamar was running to TJ Watt's side, the right side, and it was not fun. Brady Cook, I don't know who that is, but the Jets' third string quarterback, horrible. And the Cowboys' defense was obviously horrible. I know there's probably some other guys that I missed, like George Pickens. But I remember him. And he's quick. Phillip Rivers. I don't know what that does for his Hall of Fame stuff, but he's visiting the Colts today. I think you should call up Derek Carr or something, or Cam Newton.
There's no way he's a better option than some of the other quarterbacks that are out there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but that's a fun one. Justin Herbert this season, take a look yourself. Most QB hits, total pressures, quick pressures, highest QB pressure percentage faced, and third most sacked. And still 9-4. Hurts was awful. Even Dan Orlovsky was not impressed. He's a Jalen Hurts meat writer, so he did not like Jalen Hurts at all this game. We can talk about this. Now, look, I know we gotta wrap up quick, but Bears, Bills, Steelers, and Bengals. I'm just saying you should have been started them. Now you want to start them in your hardest stretch of games. It's interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Hurts is simply Justin Fields surrounded by a bunch of Ferraris. Wow.
I've been saying that, man.
Wow. That's a good little comparison there. This is interesting. We had no plans of drafting Shedeur. If you have asked me, I would have told you that we were not drafting Shedeur.
I'm not going to hear the Colin Kaepernick thing, but I will hear other players. I'm sorry, man. Like,
no way. Colin
maybe 5 years ago, that's a valid argument.
Maybe
but
2.
We're too far removed from that at this point, in my opinion.
By the way, this is interesting. By the way, no one to throw to the entire game. I blame Greg Roman, our OC, but he's whatever. This is weird. Skip has the worst takes. Trey Lance would have given the Chargers a better chance.
Look at the comment to like ratio. That's all you need to know.
That's ridiculous. Than this. He's not top 5. He never was. I argued that he was top 10 because he won a Super Bowl and a Super Bowl MVP, played his heart out in the Super Bowl. But other than that, I don't know. But that's your cooked and baked list for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining. That was fun. Very good week of football. A lot of good rivalries, and we're gonna see some more next week. But that was fun. I'm excited to see what happens. But Caleb Williams and Patrick Mahomes, you better do better next week. Better do better next. Kevin Stefanski better do good against the Bears. I don't know.
Yeah, that'll be something. So we're gonna jump into our next topic, which is the college football playoff field is set. So we're gonna have some real controversy here.
JMU. I love it.
That's your bracket.
Oregon.
You got the number 1 seed, Indiana. Number 2 seed, Ohio State. 3 seed will be Georgia. Number 4 will be Texas Tech, as the top 4 should be. You know, the top 4.
I think the top 4 is definitely fair.
The top 4 definitely didn't really change much. There shouldn't have been a change, and yeah, it should have been like that just to begin with. So you got A. So you did number 5. You have Oregon. You know, that's fine. That's pretty much set. 6. You had Ole Miss. That's some controversy there, especially with their head coach leaving.
I still think that's fair because they were 11-1 this season and they played in the SEC.
Texas A&M, you got 7. Arguably, they could have been number 5, but you know they are number 7. So they're the top 8. We're gonna noticeably not be changed, especially with Oklahoma right at 8. So now you have 9 through 12. Now everybody starts the questions. Everybody starts the debates, and everybody starts the problem. Alabama is number 9. Number 10 is Miami. Number 11, Tulane. And number 12, JMU. So
I have an issue with Miami, but go ahead.
So we're going to put a 3-loss Alabama team into the college football playoff after getting butt raced in the SEC championship. 3-loss teams should not be in the college football playoff. I don't care. I just don't care. When you have 3 losses, that should be a cutoff point to be okay. They're not eligible.
You look. You can't punish a team for making the conference championship game in the best conference in the college.
But you
have BYU who got punished for losing.
Alabama's last 3 games were horrible.
I understand, but they
lost Oklahoma. I don't think Oklahoma's that good. I think they deserve to be in the playoff because they did beat the teams they needed to, but I don't think they're very good.
Dan Orlovsky
almost lost to Auburn. Auburn, who's not even in a bowl game. I understand it's the big rivalry or whatever, but like that's still they should have had no business being.
So then Miami shouldn't be in at all because they lost to SMU and Louisville late in the season, and they were unranked. Didn't even make the conference championship, by the way.
I think Notre Dame should be in.
Yeah,
over
I
Miami.
agree.
Put that out there.
Over
I
Miami,
think,
they should be in. Not over Bama. Over Miami, absolutely.
because the
Alabama
thing is,
should not be
right?
in the playoffs.
Miami has the head-to-head, but that was in week 1.
Alabama
Week
should not
1
be in the
is so
freaking playoffs.
long ago.
No,
Who are
I
you going to
mean-
put in over Alabama then?
Miami.
No. What are you talking
I'd rather
about?
have,
Miami should
I'd
not be
rather-
in the playoffs.
I'd
I'm
rather
not
have
putting
Vanderbilt
putting
than them,
Alabama
to
in the
be
playoffs,
honest.
bro. Not with 3 losses.
Miami
care.
lost to 2 unranked teams late in the season and didn't even make the conference championship. Alabama still made the conference championship in the best conference in football. What are we not understanding here? they're not even. Notre Dame is clearly getting punished for not being in a conference. So they
Who
put
did
Miami
BYU?
in.
So you say BYU doesn't deserve to be? Who did BYU lose to?
Bro, they don't deserve to be in over Alabama.
Who did they
or
lose to?
Notre Dame.
Who did they
I don't
lose
think
to?
BYU deserved to be in either. I think Vanderbilt did.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, Vanderbilt should be in there.
Who did
I'm okay with
BYU
that.
lose to?
I mean, they didn't lose anybody that I can. I don't know. I didn't look at the schedule very
They
much.
lost to
I don't
Texas
know.
BYU
Tech
got
twice.
boat raced.
They lost.
by
They lost to
Tech
Texas
two
Tech
times.
twice. They lost to Texas Tech twice. One in the championship game, in which you said they shouldn't be punished for. Who did Alabama lose to?
So Miami shouldn't be in.
They lost to Florida State. Like that should have been a disqualifier right then and there.
So Alabama should be in after losing to Florida State.
I mean, I know.
Florida State was playing good all year.
They were 5-7.
Florida State
They're
was
playing
terrible
teams hard
this
all
year.
year.
No, they were not.
Yes,
5
they were.
and 7.
Early in the
You're in
year,
a bad
absolutely they
conference
were.
and they
No,
were
they were
5 and
not.
7.
When they played earlier in the year, they played Alabama as hard as any other team could. Absolutely. Everyone thought Florida
Yeah,
State
in
was
week
back.
1, they fell off a cliff.
That
It's
loss
not like they
gets worse.
So Miami should be in because they lost, even though they lost to 2 unranked teams late in the season and didn't make conference championship.
I don't think they should
I can
be
see.
in
I
either.
mean,
I
don't
think Notre
say,
Dame
okay,
and Vanderbilt should be those two teams.
BYU not being in the playoff. Fine. Then that means you cannot put Alabama in the playoff.
So you would put Vanderbilt in over Alabama, even though they didn't make conference championship game. You can't.
I don't think Vanderbilt should have been in either. But
I think they're better than Bama is. I think they'd put up
They're
a more
not.
competitive fight.
I don't think Vanderbilt should have been in the playoff. But I'm talking about if you're going to put a 3-loss Alabama team after just making an appearance in the conference championship, then you cannot punish BYU for playing in the conference championship and losing to the same team that is arguably the best team in the country.
You can't let a team in that loses to 2 unranked teams late in the season over a team that lost their first 2 versus AP top 10 by a combined 4 points and won 10 straight to end the season. By the way, that's Notre Dame. So you cannot punish them for that. Notre Dame should be in. Miami should be out. That's the only change.
Well, the other
No,
thing about
Alabama
Notre
should not be in
Dame
the
is
playoff.
too,
No.
they were in the entire way until now. All of a sudden,
What?
just randomly, Miami.
Bro,
leaves
I don't
out.
like Miami
What
or
made
Alabama either.
what made Notre Dame lose or what made Notre Dame drop out of the playoff? They didn't play.
I
Neither did
agree.
Miami.
I'm saying Notre Dame should be in.
Yeah, me too.
So, but I understand, so I get that. But if you're going to put an Alabama in and not punish them for not,
Who are you
not
putting over
punishing them,
Alabama?
if
You're not
gonna
putting
put
BYU over
in
Alabama.
for not punishing them for losing and getting dog walked in the SEC championship.
Who are you
If
putting
that's
over
how,
Alabama?
if that's your take, then you have to put BYU in the playoff. Then
Who are you putting over or Alabama?
I still
You're not
don't
putting
think BYU deserves.
You're not
to
putting
be in
BYU
either.
over Alabama. I'm sorry.
you can say they don't have to be over Alabama. They could be the 10th spot. If the logic that
The
you're
10th
saying,
spot.
the logic that you're saying is, oh, Alabama lost in the championship game. That shouldn't be held against them. Then BYU shouldn't be held against them for losing.
Jalen, we're talking about 2 different conferences. Big.
So
Big 12
basically, what
versus
you're saying is SEC bias.
Yes, there's the best conference. They're the best conference in football. They play the best competition. Yes.
So then, why do we play the games?
What do you mean?
Why do
why
we
do
play
we
the
play the
games?
game? What are you talking about? They play in the best conference in the country. It's not even
That doesn't automatically mean that they get a pass for having 3 losses and losing to one of the worst
your
teams in football.
strength of schedule absolutely means that you get a better playoff.
BYU had the 5th ranked strength of schedule.
Not compared to Alabama, bro. They didn't play.
Go
SEC
look it up.
teams.
BYU had the SOS number 5
The
strength.
They
way
didn't play
I
SEC
look at the
teams, though.
playoff is, I think the teams that make the playoff should be the ones that create the most
And strength of
entertainment.
record they had top 15. But you want to
I
say
mean-
that Alabama should be
Because
in the
off
playoff
the
after
record,
losing to
yeah,
Florida
but
State.
they didn't play SEC caliber team.
It doesn't matter. It
Yes,
shows
it
you the strength
does.
of schedule.
Any of those teams that they
Then
played,
then why are we
would
playing the
bounce by
schedule?
Alabama.
Then why are we playing schedule?
Bro?
Then why are we playing schedule?
We're on 2 different paths here. You're talking about a team, a conference that has been widely known to outplay every other team in college football. The best conference in the country. They're playing. They
I
made
don't
the
care if
conference
they had the
championship
greatest
game.
player of all time.
They
doesn't
made
mean
the
that they
conference
always
championship.
deserve to be in
Can I
the playoff
talk?
because
Can I
they play in the best conference.
Can I talk? They're playing the best conference in the country. That means they're the best competition in the country. Even though they lost towards the end of the year, they still made the conference championship game in the best conference. That's automatically going to put you in most of the time. Most of the time, it's going to put you in every time. Now, Big Ten, you can say you can argue that as well.
The best conference in football, they have the third best. Who has the top two number seeds in the playoff? The Big Ten. So they weren't the best conference in football this year.
Yeah, but they're still.
They
They
were. If you look at the drop off between 1, 2, and 3 in the Big Ten, it goes to Michigan, and Michigan is not. Sorry, David. I don't think they're very good this year. Their offense was lackluster, and they were the third best team in that conference. Penn State was supposed to be here, but they crapped the bed all season, fired their coach. I mean, like, I don't know. It's tough because I don't think Bama deserves to be here, but I can't think of a true valid.
By that lot, I'm not saying BYU needs to be in the playoff.
Who else?
But by the logic that you're saying that Alabama should be punished.
Who would you put over them then?
Being in the college football playoff, BYU shouldn't be punished.
You just said BYU shouldn't be in, so who are you putting in over them?
I'm saying by your logic, saying they shouldn't be.
But you just said that
be
BYU
held
should
accountable for playing in a championship game.
The best conference in championship in the country, yes.
You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be.
Who are you putting in over them?
For playing in a championship game, but BYU was 11-1.
Who are you putting in over them then? You're not putting Miami over them because Notre Dame's going to take their spot. Who are you putting in over them? Miami shouldn't be in over anybody. I'm sorry. Tulane.
No, I'm saying by the logic that you're talking about.
Okay.
By that logic,
who are you going to put in?
BYU should be in.
No, you just said that BYU shouldn't be in. So who are you going to put in?
You just said that Alabama should not be punished for going to the college for playing in the conference championship.
Correct. I stand on that. Alabama should.
But Alabama was also
ranked. BYU shouldn't be punished for playing in the college.
Alabama was ranked higher than BYU was before that too, though. That's the thing. Like Alabama was 9th. BYU was already on the bubble. If Alabama didn't lose that game as bad as they did, no one would be complaining about them making.
Okay, then if you say that, then
conference championship games don't really count either in terms of record. So I mean, who'd you put in over Alabama? You still haven't answered my question.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame's over Miami. Miami shouldn't be in. Everyone agrees on that.
No, Miami and Notre Dame should be over Alabama.
That's ridiculous. That you Miami over Alabama is ridiculous.
Yep.
No.
It's not ridiculous. Actually, they had 3 losses.
The problem with
they lost to an unranked team and didn't make.
And lost to Florida State, the worst team in college football. One of the worst teams in college football.
Gosh,
but go ahead.
Yeah, that's the problem with Alabama.
But go ahead.
It's not the Oklahoma loss. That loss is whatever.
Did you guys not just hear what I said?
Then
Miami lost to SMU and Louisville at the end of the year and didn't make conference championship game. Like, what are we talking about? They're both unranked, by the way. No, they should not be in over Alabama. Not even.
I don't think Miami should be in either. Frankly,
Miami should be out over Notre Dame. That's simple. That's the only change I would make. It's the only logical thing you could do.
Alabama team in there. No,
I don't want Alabama in it because I don't think they deserve to be here. But I can't.
No one deserves. No one thinks they deserve it, but they deserve it over the other guys that you guys are naming. They do.
I mean, I'm not going to put Texas in there because I don't think they deserve
it.
Vanderbilt is like the only one I think has a shout at deserving it over.
That's the only competition that I will hear because again, they're in the best conference in football and they played very well this year. That's the only one I would hear out. Otherwise, no. BYU.
You just said Alabama played well this year. They played terrible for the past 5 years.
Vanderbilt played well this year.
Oh. Well,
Vanderbilt is the only team that I would hear out over Alabama. I would actually enjoy that more. But BYU, no. Texas, no. Michigan, whatever. I don't even know if you meant to put them in there, but no. None of those guys deserve it over them. Miami doesn't deserve it over Alabama. Vanderbilt and Notre Dame are the only teams that I can hear that, hey, they deserve it over Alabama. They played better competition. Vanderbilt arguably played better than Alabama this year. I would love to see Vanderbilt go to Oklahoma.
I think Diego Pavia is – I don't like him very much, but I think he's more interesting than Alabama is. Ty Simpkins.
That's what I'm saying.
Not not entertaining.
I understand you're trying to say like the Big 12 or what the BYU's in the Big 12, right? Yeah,
it's not about Big 12. By your logic, you're saying that the college
unfortunately, Jalen, you're at it. The thing is about
that's not what I'm saying at all.
You're at a disadvantage.
Because Alabama lost. They got dog walked just like BYU. They shouldn't be in.
the conference championship games don't even count towards anything. Besides,
Then why is BYU being held accountable for it?
Because they're not in a tough conference like Alabama.
Exactly.
That's a fact.
So basically, what you're saying, SEC and Big Ten football, and no one else matters.
That's not what I'm
That
saying at
is.
all.
That really
JMU,
is.
JMU, and Tulane are in the
You
conference.
just said SEC.
No, I didn't.
is
You're
the
putting
best
words in my mouth.
conference
You're
in
trying to
football.
you're trying to switch what I'm saying. No, I'm not gonna let you do that because JMU and Tulane.
I'm not going to let you do that
about
either. SEC is not.
Right.
Just,
So
you should
okay,
not
I guess this is
freaking,
just the
get on
Jalen
your
show.
knees for the
Only
SEC.
Jalen can talk, and we're just gonna leave it at that because I can't talk.
You just get on your knees for the SEC.
I mean,
No, I'm not. JMU
Well,
and Tulane are in it. I've not said anything about them. They should be in it because they played well this year. Miami should be in it.
Do no wrong.
I don't like Alabama. I don't even know. I just said Vanderbilt should be in over them. I can hear that. I can hear that argument. Notre Dame should be in over Miami. Vanderbilt, I can hear over Alabama.
I don't think if you're gonna put Miami in, that's fine, I guess. But they had Notre Dame ranked above them. The committee did all the way up until this point, and now all of a sudden they just leapfrogged them. Notre Dame got housed. Like if you're gonna say that Notre Dame doesn't deserve to be there, reflect that in the rankings up to this point. Miami did not play in a conference championship. They didn't do anything that week. They jumped like 3 spots. Like it makes no sense. Like where did that come from?
Look,
I don't see how Notre Dame drops if they didn't play, neither did Miami.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think we're all in agreement on the fact that Notre Dame should be here over Miami because like you just dropped them 3 spots for no reason, no good reason.
That's what I'm saying. If you're going to put Miami in the playoff, then you need to put Notre Dame in the playoff.
Yeah, or just take Miami out and put Notre Dame.
I mean,
in.
if you look at Notre Dame's losses too, they were to 2 of the better teams in the country. Like Alabama, not to bring Alabama back into this, but they lost to Florida State. That's a terrible loss.
Look, JMU and Tulane. I've said nothing about them because they won their conference and they deserve to be in. But I mean, if you're a better team that's ranked, obviously, if you play in a better conference, you obviously deserve to be in better. But BYU didn't play very, very well. I mean, they played very well, but they didn't play up to the standard that Alabama was playing all year. I know the last few games that you guys are talking about, they didn't play very well in, but they're playing in the hardest conference. That's a fact. I'm not saying that the SEC is above all conferences. I don't think that some of those teams probably would have lost to the Big Ten and the Big 12 this year. Who cares? But Alabama is not one of those teams. I'm sorry, but I don't like Alabama as much as the next person, but they deserve to be in over BYU and all those other teams, Texas and all those other teams that were that were looking in. Like it's just it wouldn't make sense. Everyone would be complaining if BYU was in. That's just a fact.
What I'm learning is from this, everyone just likes to complain no matter what. Everyone just likes to complain.
They got 11 wins. That says a lot. I mean, who else has 11 wins? JMU, they're in the playoff. Who else has 11 wins?
They won their conference.
Tulane.
Won their conference.
Who else got 11 wins? Texas Tech. Who won their conference?
Won the conference.
Won their conference.
Who doesn't have 11 wins? Alabama. Next topic.
So we're just talking about wins.
We gotta hurry up. We gotta go in the next one, which would be the NBA quarterfinals cup. This is the bracket. This sucks.
Why?
I mean, these are 8 of the better teams in the league. Like, I mean, like you got the Thunder there, you got the Lakers there.
The Suns are good. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Suns are good. The Lakers suck right now.
Yeah, but the Spurs ain't gonna have Wemby, so that game's gonna be trash.
He might play. I don't know. It said
Wemby's not back for a little while.
Reports said he was maybe coming back this week, but I doubt it. But the Raptors are good.
I don't think they're gonna risk their playoff chance.
I mean, I think that's probably 4 of the best teams in the East, minus maybe Cleveland. But like, Orlando's a decent team. Toronto's towards the top of the standings. I guess Detroit's not there. That's like the only omission. But
what would you change to this bracket? I think I like this bracket a lot. Besides the Spurs, the Heat are pretty good too. They're a very deep team, best coach in the country or in the world.
I would love to see the Nuggets against the Lakers, but I mean, you gotta win. You gotta win your games.
You gotta win your pool games. I mean,
so you gotta win your games. In the East, So
I think the
Orlando
Thunder are
Magic being
just
the
gonna.
number 1 seed as well.
Franz is out now too.
I mean, it comes out of point differential. So if you get the easiest group and got teams just don't have a good day, it's just, or if you get another good team in your group that takes you down to the wire, your point differential is going to look worse. But I just see maybe the Lakers give the Thunder a fight, but that team's just, they're so deep. They're so talented. I don't see anyone beating them.
I think the Raptors have a good chance at making it. I don't think the Knicks are I don't think they're that good. Lakers are fine. If the Raptors can make it against if they play the Magic, I think that'd be a good game. I know that no one's really looking at the Raptors this year, but I think the Raptors are pretty good. I saw that coming in. Brandon Ingram was going to be a game changer for them, and he has been. And Scotty Barnes is strong as hell, so he's going to be very good for them. But no one's talking about that Thunder Suns matchup. I don't know why.
Well, that's probably the best matchup on here.
The Suns are really good.
Shea was out with some injury. I don't know what it was. I've never heard of it before when he was out against us, but
I thought it was rest. I said rest on underdog.
It said something with his elbow. We got from our PR.
Well, I hope he's all right, but Booker
should be fine though. I mean, he's probably saying that he has something with his elbow because they don't want to say rest. So
yeah, Booker's coming back on Wednesday, so that'll be a good matchup. Are these games? No, these aren't in Vegas yet.
Yeah, these are Vegas.
No, it's
the
rounds are.
Semis in Vegas, and then the Cup final, obviously on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So who do you guys think will make it?
It's gonna be the Thunder.
I'll go Thunder.
Probably the Knicks.
I think it's between the Knicks and the Magic, and I'll go the Knicks too.
We're sleeping on the Heat here, man. I really do. The Heat been playing out of their mind.
The Heat don't do it for me.
All right. I like the Heat. That's one of the teams.
I haven't watched the Heat this year, so I can't really make a fair opinion on them, to be honest.
The Knicks don't look as good as they should be. The Raptors are good, but I don't know if they can compete with the Heat or the Magic. I can see the Raptors making it, but I don't like the Knicks. I don't think they're going to be that good. But Spurs are obviously out, so the Lakers are probably going to play the Thunder, I would assume, and then we can actually see who's better, Luka or Shea. I mean, I know that game doesn't determine it, but I think Shea's going to destroy Luka offensively because Luka's played a lot better defense this year, but Shea's just unstoppable. But also Luka's also unstoppable, but every time he plays Shea, he doesn't play up to standard. So
well, that's because the Thunder just have defenders at every position.
Shea's one of them. Correct. I'm a big believer that Shea is better than Luka. A lot of people continue to tell me Luka's better. I don't know what he's better at besides, stat padding and shit, but I think he does it every game. But Shea's just overall, all around a better player, in my opinion. So I got Thunder Raptors in it. Be weird, but I like that.
I'll just go Knicks Thunder. I'll just go with the favorites, but I could also see the Lakers taking down the Thunder just because I think the Lakers have been playing really well this year. Just got to give them a chance.
Yeah, Lakers should be pretty good.
Yeah. So, go to end it there for our final thoughts.
Phillip Rivers comes out of retirement. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time, former Charger for those casuals in the chat.
And Colts.
Yeah, and Colt, blah, whatever. But he's top 12 quarterback ever. He's strong as hell. He's 44. I don't know if he can still throw. When he was retiring, he looked like he couldn't throw anymore. But we'll see what happens after today. I don't know if the visit's going on right now or later, but otherwise, Riley Leonard will be trying to take the Colts to the playoffs, which is interesting because he just came off a national championship. But yeah, that'd be fun.
I think this might be a little bit premature. I think I owe Matt LaFleur at least somewhat of an apology. He's fixed a lot of his issues the last couple weeks that I said we're plaguing this team. A lot of conservative play calling. I really think he nailed it against both the Bears and the Lions. So when you criticize someone for not doing things right, you also got to give them credit when they are doing it right. And I'm going to give Matt LaFleur his credit. He's been a bit more aggressive. He's not taking his foot off the gas in the games that we need to win. So credit where credit's due.
Say my final thought. About to start watching some of the winter meetings. All you do is sit around and watch dudes talk all day. So
for what?
On MLB Network.
Oh shit, yeah. That'll be fun. It's a long week, no NBA for like until like Thursday. So kind of
good.
I mean,
not much going on.
We don't play, I don't think, until I think Thursday. No, I think we play Friday. We play Friday.
We play the Celtics on Thursday, so that'll be quick ass kicking, but you know, it is what it is.
Also, shout out to the Badgers for taking down Marquette on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
really shout out Badger volleyball, man. They're in the Sweet 16 right now.
They're killing it. Shout out to the ladies.
They're heading over.
And Badger women's basketball, they took down Michigan State on Sunday.
Yeah, our ladies lost in the second round.
Damn. Yeah, we
and then Whitewater, literally, our ladies lost in the second round.
Oshkosh won it all.
They went all
Oshkosh
the way.
won the whole thing. Yeah, shout out to the Titans. Whitewater football, unfortunately, is done.
Yeah,
tough game-ending pick. It's ended the same way 3 times in a row in the playoffs, which is kind of crazy. But
we got to get Leaf back on here to talk about Shaka Smart. I'm having some thoughts. I love Shaka.
I mean,
he's a great guy. I met him multiple times. Interviewed him like 3 times already. But a little bit. We got to talk about it a little bit, man. But look, shout out women's volleyball on the Badger side. I think Marquette made it as well, but they lost on the second round. I think. And then the Badgers are heading to Austin, Texas to play Stanford, who they can very much win that game. And then they have to play either Nebraska, I think, or
I think it's Texas.
Texas is there, obviously. And they've played Texas, and then I don't think anyone's beaten Nebraska because they destroyed us earlier this year. So
Nebraska's barely lost a set all season.
Right. So shout out volleyball, man. We don't talk about volleyball in here, but type in, bro. Volleyball is a good sport. I love watching volleyball.
Yeah. Great show. Hell of a show.
Applause was for?
Yeah, applause for the good show today. We went almost an hour 10.
Shout out Alabama.
Subscribe, like, share, and comment. We appreciate all the feedback. Follow our podcast page on other platforms. We have a Spotify, Instagram, and TikTok. We will be posting reels and shorts to this show. We do have polls and question boxes. You can always DM us on things you'd like to have answered or comments you may have. We do dive into other topics, music, film, travel, or life outtakes. But, since we're in the heat of sports season, those get pushed to more like summer topics almost. So with that, we've been Shot Up Sports. We'll see you Thursday.